Sorry to disturb. I know y'all are getting ready to settle in for the night. I just wanted to see if there were any more eggs. Oh, I see one hiding under here. Gotcha. Now that I have everyone's attention, I would like for there to be 7 to 8 eggs. No fussing, please. No fussing. At least 5 would be great. And if we could do 5 a day, I think we can make that work, you know? That's the plan. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Have a lovely night. Pizza night leftovers, only 2. I think we'll just wrap these up and put them in the refrigerator. Why don't people eat their crust? The crust is my favorite part. Jonah's making a Twizzlers flower. That's nice. Good morning, y'all. It's Saturday. We got our coffee. It's just me, Jonah, Cece, and Manly here, and they are all still sleeping. But since it's Saturday, I'm gonna let them sleep late. While I'm waiting for them to wake up, we're gonna go ahead and make our weekend desserts. So this time I'm making 2. I'm making a coconut loaf. So I'm just gonna be making it in a loaf pan. So it's gonna be like a coconut cake, but just a loaf cake. And I'm also making some brownies because this was supposed to be the movie night treat last night, but we didn't end up making them. So we're gonna make these. They're gonna be carrot-shaped brownies. I'm gonna make them on this baking sheet instead of a deep or, you know, smaller pan. So they're not gonna take as long to bake. I want them to be kind of thin. So we'll do the coconut loaf first since it will take a little bit longer. I already have a 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour in here. Now I'm gonna grab some baking powder and salt. We need 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder. I think this coconut loaf is really good if you have some people who don't love coconut. All the kids love the flavor of coconut, but some of them don't love coconut flakes. But you could leave the coconut flakes out if you want to, but since I'm making 2 different kinds, we're gonna add the coconut flakes. Since I'm making 2 different desserts. Now we're gonna put a teaspoon of salt. Yeah, last night time just got away from us and we didn't end up making the brownies, so we'll make them for today and tomorrow. Okay, so that's our dry ingredients. We'll set this over to the side and we're gonna come over to the mixer for the rest of it. First thing we're putting in over here is a cup of softened butter. And we're adding 1/2 cup of honey in here with the butter. I'm just gonna eyeball it. Alright, we're gonna mix those 2 together and I'm gonna crack 3 eggs. Okay, we're adding the eggs now. We're just going to put 1 at a time and mix as we add each one in. I'm just going to drop them in while it's mixing. Okay, we're going to scrape the sides and I'm going to put in 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. Alright, we're putting a couple of tablespoons of cream of coconut. And we're going to start slowly adding in the dry ingredients. While this is mixing, I'll just start adding them in. Alright, just a couple more things in here. We need half a cup of milk and then some of the shredded coconut. I'm probably just going to go with about half a cup of the shredded coconut in here too. There's the milk, and while that's mixing, I'll just eyeball the coconut. Just scrape it down again, mix a little more, and then it's ready to go in the loaf pan. I'm going to line it with some parchment paper. It's going to bake for about 45 minutes to an hour. We'll start checking it at around 40 minutes and see if we need to cover the top with anything so the top doesn't get too brown. Alright, for the brownies, we're mixing it just like the box said. I'm going to line that baking sheet with some parchment paper. Okay, so we took it out of the loaf pan. We're gonna let it sit here and completely cool down, and then we'll make a coconut glaze to drizzle over the top. And I think I'll toast some coconut too, to put a few little toasted coconut flakes on it. What do you think, Manny? Should we do toasted coconut flakes on top? Yeah? Okay, that's what I'm thinking too.
So the strawberry can look like it's dipped into hot cocoa.
Oh, okay. Alright, y'all, the brownies have cooled down. We're mixing a little bit of just some white frosting with a little orange cookie decorating icing. And we're going to spread a thin layer of it over the brownies before we slice them. Now we're going to take the knife. I already cut one up here, so I'm trying to find it. I think that's it. And we're going to cut the triangle shape, just like a carrot. I cut it a little off right there, but that's okay. So that's gonna be our carrot. I'm gonna get something to put them on. And then when we get to the end, we'll come across right there so we can have these that we're cutting that way. So here are the carrots, just a few of them. I still have to slice the rest. I'm gonna go ahead and show y'all how to do the stem. So we just have some green Twizzlers, and you can do them this way. Just chop one like that and put a little stem, but I'm gonna cut them in half this way too, so it can look, you know, like a leafy stem instead of just almost like a pumpkin stem. We want them to look more leafy. You can even maybe kind of stick them back together a little bit after you slice them. Yeah, they'll kind of stick together, and then you can just stick them all in there at one time. It's a little easier. So I already made 8 of them, and I have more over here and still this. So this makes a lot of carrot brownies. I'll finish slicing these, and then we'll make our coconut drizzle for our coconut loaf cake. Can you see them good? Here, I'll pick you up.
Yeah, I can see them good.
What do you think about them?
Yummy.
While I mix this up, I'm gonna put a little bit of these coconut flakes in the oven under the broiler. We just need a little bit of powdered sugar, a little bit of cream of coconut, and some heavy cream. Just pulled up. They must be finished at their first farm, so he can do a taste test for us.